morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, November 20th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Well, the axe has begun to fall at AIG. AIG, as you know, 10 days or so ago, was the subject of comments by activist shareholder Carl Icahn, eventually followed by others, saying that the company was too big to succeed and needed to be broken up into different companies, different parts. The CEO, Peter Hancock, vigorously denied that, but mentioned that a cost-cutting program was underway. And boy, is it underway. They're targeting about a 5% reduction in net expenses each year through to 2017. Some big names have been axed. Jacqueline McNamee, the New York-based president of the UK managing director. Jacqueline McNamee is out. Jim Shea, who's the president of Financial Lines, is out. Emmanuel Brule, who's the chief risk officer of EMEA P&C, are also cut. Sources indicate that they're going to be joined by Debbie Morris, senior vice president for Lexington Insurance, and John Kennett, EMEA Financial Institutions Manager, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. AIG revealed it's planning to part company with 23% of its top 1,400 most senior executives. Towers Watson and Willis have amended the terms of their merger agreement after postponing the vote yesterday. They sweetened the deal for Towers Watson shareholders. Under the amended terms, Towers Watson shareholders will receive a one-time dividend of $10 per Towers Watson share pre-closing. This is an increase of $5.13 per Towers Watson share over the original terms of the agreement. That arrangement has now been unanimously approved by the boards of both companies. So this might be enough to get the deal through. Meanwhile, in Mali, a landlocked country in central northern Africa, there's a hostage situation as gunmen stormed the luxury Radisson hotel in the capital of Mali. They've killed at least 3 people. They have managed to release attackers who were able to recite a Muslim profession of faith. Among those released were 5 members of a Turkish Airlines crew. It's unclear how many are remaining in the hotel. Sporadic gunfire has been heard. This is in the city of Timbuktu, the ancient capital. Interestingly, Mali is a French and American logistical hub for military operations against Boko Haram in Nigeria. So it's unknown whether any Americans are being held here. There's jitters in London over potential subway attacks, tube attacks. Police were called this morning to Enfield, north of London, about reports of an abandoned briefcase. They did a controlled explosion of the briefcase. Fortunately, it was not a bomb, it was just somebody's meeting notes. The security alert follows just 12 hours after the Baker Street tube station was evacuated following reports of a car being abandoned outside. They also blew that one up. 3 London tube stations, in addition to Baker Street, Aldgate, and Liverpool, were also evacuated over the last 24 hours due to security scares. As we speak, world leaders are descending upon Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia for a Southeast Asian country conference. This is, of course, amidst fresh concerns about terror attacks. Malaysia's police chief confirmed reports of an imminent terrorist threat in the country. They've deployed some 5,000 soldiers in Kuala Lumpur. The city is, in addition to the meeting site, the home to the world's tallest office buildings, or once the tallest office buildings, the Twin Petronas Towers. Leaders of 18 countries, including President Obama, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, are arriving there. Shortly after Obama arrived, he was briefed on the situation in Mali. A fire that's raged across hundreds of thousands of acres of grasslands and about to be harvested wheat crops, killing a farmer and 3 workers, points to a serious, dangerous summer of fires ahead in Australia. Keep in mind that on December 21st, it's the longest day of the year in Australia and the beginning of their summer. The fire began last weekend after a lightning strike. A prolonged fire season could cause the largely volunteer firefighting forces in Australia to suffer severe strain. This is after decades of drought, apparently brought on by a shift in El Nino. According to a firefighter, this is going to be a horror summer. I've never seen conditions like this. Climate change and fire risks apparently are definitely linked, according to observers. One said that climate change is loading the dice when it comes to fire risk in Australia. El Nino is adding another level of complexity combined with the decades-long drought. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you Monday.